This episode of A Rays of Living continues my monthly season 3 practice of reading a chapter from my Aladdin Carpets, Change Your Perspective, Change Your Life book. And we will continue now with chapter 8, The Best Life You Can Live. I have never heard of anyone living their best life in a dazed or comatose state. True living requires consciousness and choice. You and only you have this one life. You and only you are in control of every dimension of yourself. And by dimensions, I call out your body, your mind, your spirit, and that's driven by your emotions. You and only you get to choose how best to live this life. Following the premise of this book can help turn dreams and wishes into reality. However, it never looks to change what makes you you. It also never diminishes the fact that at the core of every achievement is an action that was taken. This book will never work for you by just reading it. You must do something. It makes you think, reflect, and look closer at the world around you. It helps you realize that there can be more for you. But you must take action to change your perspective, your mindset, and whatever situation you are in to change your life. This is not in the book, but I am saying to you that even since writing this book, I have grown so much more. I have learned so much more. And some things have changed, but the fundamentals in this book still hold true. The decision to be the greatest you is a decision that once taken cannot be undone. Even if you tried, a restlessness will root inside you and grow. That restlessness is your inward flow and spirit obstinately admonishing you because it knows the disservice to yourself and the world. You were born for a purpose. You took a body to have a human experience for a purpose. The disservice to yourself and the world is when you don't pursue that service, when you don't do what you were meant to do. This world that would be stripped of your light may include your spouse, your children, your friends, other family members, and many closest to you. They are there to be your teachers. They are there to guide you. They're there to give you certain experiences that will take you down the path to your purpose. And I know you keep hearing it over and over again, purpose, 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 purpose. Put whatever word makes you feel better. Your potential, your ability in this book to fly and see the possibilities of you. Call it whatever you wish. It could also include someone who needed a lifeline of hope, a nudge of support, or just a glimpse of what is possible within all of us. And you might be the instrument to help them see that. That is one of your possibilities. In making my own massive pivot, I received support from many close connections, but the other significant nudges I got towards doing this were from Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. But I only got to Tony and Dean by taking action, and in the most strangest of ways. I did one thing that led to another, then another, until those steps brought me to them. At a point when I was fearful, terrified. I am not thing to admit that now, because I admitted it then when I got to them. I knew I was dealing with fear. Their nudges were the most significant because they got me to move quickly. It eliminated months, if not years, of needed capabilities. Their nudges made the restlessness that was inside me, that strived to be great, feel normal, and it confirmed that my prior living choices were right. Their nudges were so impactful that I had to pause and reflect on what would have happened if they had held back their light and their support. Where would I have been now? If you hold back yours, who are you then holding back? If I hold me back, who then am I holding back? And if I held mine back by not podcasting, streaming, or writing this book, how could I get you to know that this is real? Choosing to be the best you and living this one life in the best way possible is inspiring for those around us. Even if they did not initially understand or give their support, they will be motivated by seeing the progress, the happiness, the contentment, and the capacity to rise above what they had imagined. You, me, all of us have an obligation by our mere existence as humans to strive for greatness. Not at the expense of others, however, but greatness that will serve and uplift others. In reading this book, I do not know how you will envision yourself or what goals you will pursue, but I hope you will be inspired to strive for something more for yourself. At the very least, may it help you gain the fortitude to rework unconscious behavior that are deeply rooted in routines that have dominated your life and dominated in a way that doesn't best necessarily serve you. If it's dominated in a way that serves you, that elevates you, that gets you to spring out of your bed every morning because you are doing and being the best that you can be and you are embracing the change of you every day, then fabulous, awesome, amazing. Yes, you are living life to the fullest. But if they're not serving you, then may those routines be reworked to such an extent that life becomes more bearable and meaningful. The something more can be one Aladdin carpet or many Aladdin carpets because it's leveraging all the gifts you were given. It's leveraging all the things of perfection that you were born with. The limitations or lack thereof resides with you. I am a walking testament of having created an Aladdin carpet and taken it to the sky. I am a walking testament of having enabled others to see more for themselves than they did before. And not only just see it, but pursue it. You can do something similar, maybe even better. But what I don't want you to do is not try, not go pursue, not go after, and not explore all the possibilities of you, not explore weaving your carpet, not explore standing on that carpet, and not explore doing the work to get the engine up and running and off and flying. That would be a disservice to you and to all those that are meant to be stirred, meant to be guided, meant to be inspired by you. Now, this is the last chapter of the book. And my aim in writing this book, my aim in doing my podcast, my aim in interacting and serving is to help those that want to change and wish to create their own Aladdin carpet and then do the same for others. Because together let us ascend to a higher plateau of living, interacting, and exist in our communities with others. I want you to seize your opportunity to live authentically, influentially, exponentially, and gracefully. And I know that if I can help many people do that, and some go on to create multiple carpets, then I will be flying high on contentment, which I now know is happiness, and will be ecstatic for obvious reason. So don't just read. Don't just read this book. Don't just listen to these chapters. I want you to do. I want you to move. I want you to weave. I want you to fuel up, and I want you to fly. And in closing out the book, I wrote a poem that truly, in my mind, encapsulates the essence of this book. And the essential message in the book is that you are worth more. And so I titled my poem, You Are Worth More. And it goes as follows. Now that I am grown, my life is my own. I do with as I please, and live day to day with ease, freeze. Yet this is not the case. Some things seem misplaced. I hate to admit it is a question of fit, commit. Now that I am grown, my life is not my own, fighting to make ends meet. At what point do I complete me? Ups, downs all around, stretched thin in a compound. Lucidity I want out, without a doubt, pout or shout. Work out. Now that I'm grown, I stand on my own to do, be, achieve. Finally, I believe. Weave. My life is my own to face the unknown. My needs I clarify. Grace resonates my lullaby. Fly, fly, fly. You are worth more. So much more. So much more. And just to recap, in season 3, all the chapters have been read. You can go back, you can listen to them, you can build on them, and after each you have your spin into action section, which I also read. The only thing I did not read was the introduction, I believe. In the chapters, you have the me you can weave, the possibilities you can see, the paths you can navigate, the base you can fly on, the fuel you can use, the heights you can maintain, the innovations you can create, and the best life you can live. That is the formula, the steps that you need to create the Aladdin Carpets you can create. Change your perspective, change your life. And if you need help with any of that, I am Jenn Drakes, author, life strategist, and business accelerator. And I thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Arrays of Living. And please be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You will also find in the description below my email address should you want to reach out, and I am happy if you do. And just to be sure, it's jen@youareworthmore.co, and worth more you definitely are. And lastly, also see the link that will allow you to schedule a meet and greet with me. And that's an opportunity for me to meet you and you to meet me, and for us to have a chat. And that would be wonderful and welcoming. So please hit the link and let's set up a meet and greet.